Alright guys, welcome to your third tutorial, and in this lesson what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over a few main pieces of the user interface, and also if we have time I'm going to be giving you guys a detailed explanation of a Qt program, and it's going to give you guys a little more understanding of what all the pieces mean. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go over all of these little icons on the left hand side. Now, what these things are called modes, and they're pretty much the different modes, obviously, that's why they're called them, that you can go to whenever you're in the Qt Creator. So the first thing is, of course, this Q icon that says welcome. Now, this is the first thing that pops up whenever you open the program, and it's pretty much just the home screen. It gives all, a couple examples, the news, like the latest news on the right hand side. Let's see. You can open projects, create projects. It's pretty much a typical home screen. Nothing really that important here. We're not going to be spending a lot of time here. Now under that we have this little, I don't know, it kind of looks like a piece of paper, the edit icon. Now the edit icon is pretty much a text editor, and it's where we're going to be spending most of the time writing the C++ code. Now you can also, if you go ahead and click edit with another file selected, not a C++ file, you can also edit XML files, but what we're going to be concerned with is mostly the C++, so whenever we need to hard code and edit the crap, this is where we're going to be spending most of our time in here. Now, if you ever click on a UI file, that means user interface, and that's going to take you to this mode right here, which is the design mode. Now, obviously, this is, there's a lot of stuff in here, all the widgets on the left-hand side. Pretty much this is where you can see visually what your GUI is going to look like, and it gives you a little more, I don't know, it's just that whenever you're coding everything and laying everything out, it's sometimes hard to picture in your head, so it's a lot easier just to, drag the widgets on the screen. But anyways, the design is where you can visually see what's going on with your program. And the rest of these are kind of self-explanatory. The debug mode is where you go whenever you want to, of course, fix some bugs. Hopefully we won't be spending too much time in here. The projects is all of your project settings, and aside from that, aside from like your main project settings, like I don't know what version of Q, and I don't know stuff about your compiler, you can also change your editor settings if you want to. So in order to do that, just go ahead to editor settings and go to custom, and you can, if you don't like the way your editor looks, you can do that, but I like mine at the default, so I'm not going to mess with that. Now under this you have analyze, and whenever you want to kind of take a look at the memory, how things are being utilized, it just helps optimize your program, maybe make it run a little faster and more efficiently. We can go over to here. And last but not least, we have the help section. Now Qt actually has a really awesome help section, and basically you guys already know what help is. It has all the documentation. I think it has some frequently asked questions somewhere. Yep, right there. All the glossary and all the technical stuff as well. But anyways, that's what all of the modes on the left-hand side mean. So hopefully you're a little more familiar with them now. However, I want to mention a couple more things about this edit mode. Now, whenever you're in the edit mode, like I said, it's a text editor. But aside from that, we have this. Well, right now, it's pretty much your list of project files, folders, everything that's in your project. Now this is the default view, this little projects right here, but you can also switch it to, I don't know, file system if you just want to view all your files. But I like keeping projects open. But another cool thing that you can do is if you're like, oh, I can't decide if I want to view it like this, or maybe view the file system, what you can do is you can actually click this icon called split, and whenever you do that, it gives you two of them, pretty much splits the screen. So you can have the top one as this little hierarchy of folders and files, and the bottom one of all your individual files. So that's just a neat little tip. And well, that's it. And again, this is probably pretty self-explanatory, but if you ever want to get rid of this, then you can just go ahead and close one and then close the other. But I am probably just gonna keep this one open because it's easy for you guys to see when watching these tutorials the hierarchy of where all my files are in relationship to my folders. So Everything else actually about the user interface, we're just actually going to cover that as we need them, because if I go ahead and talk about all the different pieces of all the different modes, we aren't even there yet learning it. So I think it's better to cover it as we get to it. It'll make more sense that way. So in the next tutorial, we are finally, going to be done covering the user interface, and we're going to be start typing some code. I thought I was going to have time in this tutorial, but I don't. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.